What's going on YouTube? B-Side here, and today I'm bringing you yet another guide on Diablo 1. This time we're gonna do the Sorcerer. We're gonna talk about the stats, the stat distribution, how to level him properly, because when you're starting this game, it can get very tedious to start the game as a Sorcerer because of the fact that you start with no magic spells. So we have to do something about it. So I'm gonna show you some tips on how to do that as well. We're gonna also talk about what to wear and the strategies that I use to kill certain bosses in the game. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. I will be bringing more content like this. I will have other games later on, but for now I'm doing Diablo 1 content because that's what I'm currently playing and that's what I'm currently investigating and finding out new things about this game. So if you like retro gaming like this, you can hit subscribe and like this video, and it'll help greatly grow the channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Who is the Sorcerer in Diablo 1? The Sorcerer is another main protagonist of the game. All three characters in Diablo 1 are all main protagonists. His real name is Horizon, and in Diablo 2 he becomes the Summoner. The Sorcerer's main stat is magic. That's where he gets the source of mana, and his base stats are as follows: 15 strength, 35 magic, 15 dexterity, 20 vitality, 30 life, 70 mana, with a max of 45 strength, 250 magic, 85 dexterity, 80 vitality, 138 life, and 596 mana. So what to do with this character as the best possible way to play this character? You make him Mana Shield, an immortal sorcerer. So the way to make him is you first start a warrior, right? I'm just kidding. So this is what you do. You go to Adria. This is not just valid in single player. This is also valid in multiplayer. You could just quit the game, start a new game, and refresh Adria's inventory until she sells you 3 spells. We're looking for 3 spells. The 3 spells that we're looking for is Fireball, Chain Lightning, and Mana Shield. The reason why I say this is because it makes the Sorcerer very easy to handle throughout the levels, and it should be cake for you to beat this game anyways. Remember, this game is old. You control your character. You do whatever you want. If you want it hard, then go into the dungeons, kill everything, try to do everything your way. But if you're like me and like to follow a guide to make it easier for you, I'm gonna give you these tips. So once you get the spells, you go into the dungeons. So when you begin this game, you start with 100 gold. So what I would suggest is going through the cathedral, levels 1 through 4, get everything, get money, get armor, stuff like that. Keep saving, exit if you're in single player, or if you're in multiplayer, exit, start a new game, repeat the process until you have enough money to buy those 3 books. Find out the prices. I think one of them is 10,000 gold, or 2 of them is 10,000 gold, and the other one is like 8,000 or 12,000. But then again, I could be wrong. Once you have about maybe 30,000 gold, you can actually buy all 3 books that I'm telling you right now. So the way to level him is level 1 through 8. You start dumping into magic and dumping into strength. Remember, strength allows you to equip items with higher armor class. Magic is basically the life source. So if you're running Mana Shield, I suggest dumping at least 3 points into mana, and then the rest into strength. Once you max strength, which is only 45 strength, then you dump all the points into mana, keep doing mana. Don't worry about dexterity because unlike the warrior, you don't need chance to hit to use spells and to hit with spells. The factor that comes into play as a sorcerer when it comes to hitting with spells is magic. Magic gives the spells chance to hit based on an equation that they gave me on Reddit, because I didn't know this. I thought it was the chance to hit that was needed for him, but it turns out it's not it. So instead of doing dexterity, you do strength to max out, and then you dump all your points into magic. So giving your character enough armor class to defeat each instance. The first enemy that you encounter is on level 2, so it's the Butcher. The only 3 ways that I've done to kill him, because I can kill him in some funny ways. I'm high enough level character to kill him with a Guardian spell, and that's it. But the 3 ways that you can kill him is either lock him where he's at and cast Firewall. You can Fireball him out of existence, or you can Chain Lightning him out of existences. Bosses in this game have no immunities and no magic resistances. So you can kill them with magic resistances, you can kill them with swords, you can kill them with arrows, whatever you want. So the easiest way to kill King Leoric is Holy Bolt. You have high enough Holy Bolt, you can kill him really easy. Same as the skeletons. You can kill him with fire and repeat the process as the Butcher. On levels 6 through 8, you should start getting into resistances. If you're in single player, you can save and quit and update Griswold's shop until he sells you either magic rings or resistances rings. Keep that in mind. Also checking Adria from time to time so that you can actually check the books, get mana potions, and also town portal scrolls, which are very important if you don't have the town portal book. She also sells the town portal book. Levels 9 through 15, this is where you switch what spells to use. From levels 1 through 8, I got it real easy with Chain Lightning and Fireball. That's all I did throughout levels 1 through 8. Levels 9 through 15, however, were a little bit more tedious, since enemies can be resistant to fire or resistant to lightning. The easiest way to come about this is to use Chain Lightning and Guardian Spell. The reason why Chain Lightning is because enemies that aren't resistant to lightning will die very quick with Chain Lightning, and it spreads all around the levels, so it makes it easier to hold AoE and kill the enemies from afar before they hit you. So bear that in mind. Chain Lightning is one of those only spells that can do that. You can use Flame Wave, which also is incredible, but Chain Lightning, Guardian will get you through levels 9 through 15. Now, what to equip on your character during those instances? Easy. As much mana as possible, as much resistances as possible, and if you want to wear plate, you have to put strength into it. So amulets and rings with all attributes would be nice, so that you could wear something like the crystal plate, which I had. It's one of those plates that had 44% resist magic. It was real nice. You could wear what I have if you find it, but the best end game stuff is pretty much the Royal Circlet, which gives you 10 to all attributes, gives you plus 40 to mana and 40 to armor class with a 10% light radius. The good thing about Naja's light plate is that it has no strength requirement. So if you have it, you can use Bobbafett's trainer. I will leave the link in the description below so that you can transfer your items to your other characters without the need of modding the game or anything like that. Naja's plate has a resist all, 20%, and all spells are increased 1 level, which is very good for a sorcerer here, because the spells are broken in this game. This by far is the best character in the game. So the spells go like this. Like, look, I have Firebolt level 4 and it does 47 damage. I have Fireball at 263 on spell level 8. I got Chain Lightning doing 68 damage. I got, Bloodstar doing 111. Golem is a very good spell to use as well, to keep enemies away from you, because they will attack him instead. But if you use any spells around him, you will accidentally hit him and kill him. So keep that in mind. So spells are broken in this game, so you can actually go through the game with ease. So I'm going to show you a couple items to keep in mind. Naja's Plate. You can also use Naja's Puzzler, which gives you more magic, more resistances, and gives you 57 teleport charges. So keep an eye on those items that I mentioned before. Since we don't need any dexterity, we can dump as much mana as we can into this character. So I got a Drake's Ring of Sorcery, I got Drake's Amulet, and I have an Obsidian Ring just to keep the resistances up. As long as you have 72 to 75 resistances, you're good in hell, and I will show you right now. But this is what to wear. You can wear something like the Immolator, right? Which also gives you 15 of magic. It gives you guardian charges, resist all, spells are increased 1 level. You can use the wizard pike. Now wizard pike, if you're using sword and shield, this is the best end game in slot item when it comes to like one-handed weapons. For a sorcerer, it gives you 15 magic, mana plus 35, resist, chance to hit, which he doesn't need, but it gives you resist all as well. So keep those items in mind. You can use the thinking cap, but the thinking cap only has 1 durability, so if you get hit, your cap will disappear, but it gives you spell increased by 2 levels, resist all 20, and mana 30, which at the start of the game is beautiful. So I'm gonna show you how to play with this guy because this is the way I do it. So what I do is, I'm not gonna use my guardian charges, but I'm going to show you how I set him up for end game stuff. The best way to farm with this guy, let's talk about it. You can use single player. You can teleport if you have teleport, but if you don't have teleport, walking is a hassle in this game because in single player, you cannot go into the different instances because they're not unlocked for you. In multiplayer, however, they are unlocked for you and ready to go. So this is why I said I recommend using single player if it's your first time playing, but if it's you returning and revisiting this character, use multiplayer because he is the best farming character of the game as well because of teleport. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So what you do is you log into a game, right? You first set up your magic, right? Your spells, F5, F6, F7, F8, and then you actually go like this. You go into hell in multiplayer. You first put mana shield, then switch back to your teleport spells, and you're gonna look for the entrance to level 14. So this is the way you do it. Try to avoid getting hit. Look, level 14 is right there. Once at level 14, you do mana shield again, and you try to go to level 15 again. Always keeping an eye on your mana. Look, level 15 is right there. So what you're gonna do is cast mana again, and what I like doing is killing her first. And the way to do it is easy. You press chain lightning because these guys are immune to fire, right? Clear everything out, right? And then kill her because she also drops really cool items. So keep that in mind. She can actually drop some really good stuff. But you teleport your way, right? To try to find Lazarus. And Lazarus farming is the best farming in the game when it comes to farming in multiplayer. Farming in single player, you can actually use Zardamad because Zardamad will come with a lot of good things. But the way to farm in this game is super easy. You just kill these 3 enemies, and then the enemy outside, inside this room, and then you collect. Look, great sword, composite bow, right? She threw a special item, and she threw another special item. They can throw uniques in every game, so you repeat the process. You do this and repeat the process, and you can actually get some really strong uniques. That's how I found not just Puzzler, not just Plate, the Royal Circlet, and most of the items that I have. They can drop anything in the game. So don't worry about the end game stats. Don't worry about leveling all the way to level 40, I think it is, that it's the max level, or 50. Because in reality, they give you elixirs. And elixirs, you can either dupe them and get max everything, and the next time you enter hell, do it with a breeze, or you can just keep going like this and finding items and stuff like that. But that's it. That's all there is to the Sorcerer. I will leave the links in the description with the Bobbafett trainer and my other videos as well below. So if you like this channel, again, subscribe, like, and then I will be making more content in the future. So without further ado, that's it for the Sorcerer. Go play this game, become immortal Sorcerer, and have a lot of fun in this game because this is the easiest way to farm. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.